All right, guys. So we're gonna do the independent project for PowerPoint. This is going to be project 2.6, 2 tag 6. I already submitted my project using the guide, and I scored 100%. So I just want to share to you guys example if you're having hard time in actually figuring it out. I'm using Mac, by the way, so if you're using Windows, it might be different for you. So over here, the very first thing again, just make sure you download the file, and this one has also the resources. So the resources that you're gonna have for this one has pictures on it, and then you're gonna use the pictures in some of the slides, especially on the last one. It has like pictures required for it. And then I have a new laptop, but if you do need to like if you don't see the ribbons on your PowerPoint, then you can go to PowerPoint over here and then go to preference and then make sure if you go to ribbon and toolbar, or sorry, if you go to view, that you make sure that there's a check on a checkbox for show group titles so that you can see what actually is the thing, the group that you're working on. All right, so we're gonna start. Hopefully, I remember what I did because again, I already did mine. Again, once you download the file, just make sure you save. So what I do usually, I do in progress first if I'm working on it, and if I feel like I'm not gonna be able to like sit down and finish everything in one setting. So I mean, if you do have the time, then you can probably just like work on it and then just save it later on once you complete everything. But all right, so over here, the first thing is we're gonna go to step three, alpha A. So we're gonna go click this one over here, the title, and then we're gonna highlight this one, and then go to home tab, and then the fill color over here. We're gonna do the font color. Sorry, it's gonna be dark red, accent one, darker 25. All right, so that one. So it became that font color. After that, then we're gonna click again, make sure it's selected, then go to bevel, so shape format, and then um, shape styles, text effects, sorry, and then go bevel over here, and then make sure it is on angle. All right, that, and then you're gonna change the font size to 80 point pt. So you just can type in over here 18 and that, and then step 3 point D, resize the placeholder on the right so the one word would be on each line and move it down slightly. So just make sure you kind of like move it a bit over here. That should be good. And then you kind of like, what I did was I drag it down so that it's in line. The top, both the tops over here are in line. So what I did is just kind of like that. Oh, sorry. Okay, that. All right, so select a picture of the dog. Okay. And then increase the picture size to height 6. So we're gonna go to picture format over here because it's gonna allow you to format the picture. Then on the height, we're gonna do 6 inches. So you can just type it to 6. All right, and then the width is going to adjust itself also. And then transparent color to remove the white area. So over here on the picture format still, you can see over here set transparent color. Click that. It was confusing a bit, but again, you can see like the pointer becomes like a kind of like arrow going to the bottom left. But click that so that the white background would go away. And then over here, we're just gonna, the last step would be position the dog picture to the left. So we're just gonna move this dog over here based on the picture. All right, that should be good. Okay, apply picture style. So we're going to the number 2 now over here. And then we're gonna click the picture and then increase the width to 8. All right, and then height adjust automatic. You don't have to touch that. And then picture style. All right, so this one, hopefully I don't forget. You can go over here on the quick styles and then moderate frame black. I'm trying to figure out where was it? All right, this one. So moderate frame black. Click that, and then choose align center and position the picture near the top of the slide. So we're gonna do over here align and then align center. Yeah, that should be good. And then insert a text box, step 6, on slide 2 and type the following text. So again, still slide 2, we're gonna do insert text box. So over here, there's a text box option over here. Insert that, and then we're gonna do it in the bottom. Uh, and make sure you pay attention to your typing. Sometimes I mess this up too. So our operating funds come through donations and pet adoption fees. Period. All right, so that, and then I will highlight all of this, and then change the font color over here to white background one. I think it's this one. Oh no. All right, the first option of first row. All right, and then change the font size to 20. That, and then shape fill. So we're gonna shape format. It's gonna be shape fill over here. To black text 1. All right, so second option, first row, and then change the shape outline, which is this one over here, to white background 1. All right, first option also, and then also don't forget to change the weight to 3 point. All right, 3 point, and then resize the text box so the text wraps in 2 lines. So right now it's in 2 lines, but you just want to make it look more neat. So what I did is just kind of like that. That should be good enough. And then choose align center and position the text box below the picture. So, all right, we're gonna do align, shape format. Sorry, over here align, and then just make sure it's align center. So it's kind of like centered below the picture. All right, next step would be step 8, copy and paste the slide. So we're gonna select slide 2. So this one, and on the Mac would be Command C. Make sure you press the same time, and then it says here on the after slide 3, if you click over here in between 3 and 4, there's gonna like a line show up, and then you paste the copied slide by pressing Command B at the same time. All right, and it pasted it. So just be careful. Just make sure that happens. And then format slide 4. So this is our slide 4 now, brand new. We're gonna change the text in the bottom part. So over here we are going to say we need your help. Right, we again make sure you pay attention to text, capitalize your help, exclamation point. Yep, and then resize the text box so that fit the text and center horizontally in the picture. All right, so we're gonna wait. I'm just gonna drag it. It didn't give me the option to like do it. Wait. All right, so that should be it. Okay, and then select the picture. Sorry, we have to align this one. Align also align center. Got it. And then picture. Select the picture and change the color to orange. Okay, so picture format and then color over here. You're gonna pick the orange accent color to dark. So I think this was the C. Yeah. All right. This one orange accent to color to dark. Yep. Yep. That's the correct one. Third option. Second recolor. Yep. And then the next step would be step 10, convert a list to a smart art graphic. So we're gonna go to slide 5 over here, and then we're gonna select all the bullet items over here, and then we're gonna convert this one to a smart art graphic. So you can go back to home, or yeah, sorry, go back to home, and then over here in my Mac it would say convert to smart art, and then uh choose the vertical bullet list. So over here is just the first one. So that will make it the vertical bullet list. And then after that, go to format because we're gonna change the height to 4.7. All right, so this I'm messing up on this one. It's not supposed to be doing this. All right, so this is the correct one because earlier it was like showing the wrong height. So over here you can just like make it to 4.7. If it does that, if it's like shrinking the font, there's something wrong. So you have to deselect the smart art and reselect it. Just make sure it's like around 4.08, and then that would be give you a cue to like adjust it to 4.7. Cause it happened to me like twice earlier before I figure out the correct one. 4.7, and then this is the correct one, and then reduce the width. So instead of 11.33, we're gonna reduce it to 9 inches. All right, got it. And then we're gonna apply the cartoon smart art style. Okay, we're gonna do a format again, or smart design. Sorry, smart art styles over here, and then click this one, and then we're gonna select the cartoon, which is it didn't give the cartoon. All right, so it's gonna be the third option for 3D. Right, that's going to be cartoon, and then move the smart art graphic to the right as shown. So we're gonna move this one to the right because we're gonna add a something on the left side. So okay, wait, gonna move this one to the right. Hopefully, I'm selecting everything. Oh no, I messed up. All right, just undo it. Every time you mess up, just like make sure you undo it. All right, so I'm gonna move it over here. Yep. Okay. And then we're gonna insert step 11 3D model. So display slide 5. We're still in slide 5 right now. So we're gonna insert a 3D model over here. So we're gonna use the stock 3D models, and then we're gonna search for a dog, and then it's going to be the Beagle one. So it's a lot of. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing the same thing I'm seeing, but it's gonna be the Beagle over here, and make sure you click insert. Over here, you can see the dog, right? You can just like um, rotate this one, to face to the right to the graphic and kind of like that, and then you're gonna move it to the left side, and then you're gonna change the height of the dog to, instead of 3.57, we're gonna do it to 2.8, right? 2.8, and then adjust the spacing so the graphic is kind of like the dog is somewhat over here at the, like that, so somewhere over there. And then insert a new slide after we're done with the dog. So we're gonna insert a new slide with title and content, and then click the title will be items we need, and then we're gonna insert a table, right? So you can either insert a table using over here, or you can go to insert and then pick like 3 columns and then 5 rows, like that, and then just copy the table to 18 over here. So cleaning, then paper products and bedding, dog and cat play. Again, be careful with your typos instead. Paper towels, dog and cat treats, pine sole, paper plates, chewies, mop heads, plastic containers with lids, collars, blankets. Sorry. Hmm. Right, towels, and then blankets. All right, I think we finished all the types. So we're gonna increase the font size of everything to 20 points. 20 point. All right, 20, and then adjust column. So each column fits the longest line of the text. So what I did was just like auto fit everything. So auto fit this one, and then auto fit that one as well. Yeah, and it worked out for me. So center the table. So this one, layout, you can go here at the a line. There's gonna be a line over here, and then you're gonna hit by 2 things over here. So first thing will be align center, then go back again, and then uh, align middle. So that would be like centered vertically, horizontally, and then on the 6, we're gonna add like 2 icons over here. So insert icons, click this one, and then over here, like at first I didn't see this one, but there's a like arrow over here. You can switch this one to like whatever sections you want to go to. So we're going to the animal section. I think it's after technology. Yeah, it's like a like the one of the parts one over here. education, sports, animals. So after sports, all right, click animals, and then at first I did try to insert the dog and cat, which is the icons you're gonna use, like at the same time, but it kind of messed up. So just you can probably like do it individually so that it's not like gonna be grouped together. So I'll do the cat first and kind of like move it outside the table, and then I chose the black ones too because it matches the example. And then the next one will be the dog. So insert. So you have your cat and dog over here. All right. So the next thing you're gonna do is like you're gonna play with the height of the cat. So we're gonna fix the cat first and then change the height to two. Yep. And then you're gonna position this one above the table. So just make sure like somewhere over here. That doesn't really cover the text, but somewhere over there. And then next thing you're gonna play with will be the dog, and you're gonna change the height to uh 3.5. All right, so 3.5, and then the width just automatically updates itself. So it needs to be in the bottom of the table. So I position my dog over here in this side, so that should be good because I got a perfect score. Then all right, we're gonna go to like the last slide, slide 7, and then we're gonna highlight all the lists over here, the bulleted list. So what I did, because we're using Mac, so over here when we choose to convert to smart art, we're gonna choose whatever you want to choose first at first. So we're gonna pick the first one, and then after that, we're gonna have the option to actually like edit the thing to a different style. So we're gonna do a layout. Sorry, and then over here we're gonna pick the. So I think it's all the way at the bottom with the pictures. So picture over here, and then we're gonna pick the picture line up. All right, so the over here picture line up, and that would be the correct one. Because again, like I think Windows has the option to like actually see it on the option, but for Mac you have to pick a style first, convert to smart art graphic, then modify the style. So again, these are the pictures that you're gonna be using. The you have to apply the pictures you download earlier. So over here, just pick the ones you use for the download. So over here, we're gonna follow the prompt. So the first picture for the first column would be the daycare one. So it's not like in order, so you have to be careful too. Daycare would be insert. Then the next one would be the country stroll, insert. And the next one will be royal treatment, insert. And then fourth picture would be the food, insert. And then the last one would be the groom, insert. All right, and then after that, you're gonna apply gallery transition. So you can go transition over here, uh, then more, and then gallery should be this one. Click that and make sure it's applied to all slides. So over here, make sure you click this one. And then again, for me, I would know this because it has like the symbol over here for every slide. And again, you can also check your slideshow later on. But aside from that, this is it. So you just have to like save your file and upload it for grading. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching.